Hey guys, so in the name of consistent content, I am back! This week was super busy for me and I had a ton of exams and papers and just every professor that possibly could cramming everything into this week. So I decided to do something a little bit chill, just for the sake of my sanity. So today I'm going to walk you through a little bit of my creative process and how I kind of get started on an idea before I actually turn to draping or sewing or any of the next steps. So what I do to get started is I always sketch everything out, no matter how clear of an idea, or even if I'm just straight copying someone else's design, I always sketch it out first. This just really helps me visualize what I want the final product to look like and the technical aspects, like where the seam's going to be, what kind of dart I'm going to use, where I'm going to put the zipper, technical things like that. It really just helps me to visualize it out. Were this for the fashion industry, there's a technique that is frequently used called a 9-head croquis. It's basically a sketching technique, not that the model has 9 heads, but it's where you use your head as a standard measurement and then use that as an increment for the rest of your body. So example, typically the head is 1 inch, and then the length between your neck and your shoulders is an inch, the length between your shoulders and the apex is an inch, apex and waist is an inch, so it's just a way incrementing out the model. If you want any more details on this, I'll link an amazing Nick Various video in the description that has so many more details on it, and he's amazing. Go check it out. That being said, I don't use 9-head croquis. When I first started tracing, I did, and it was really helpful. You can actually see my croquis in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, but I just don't use it anymore. At this point, I've pretty much sketched enough fashion models that I know what a human body is supposed to look like, and if I'm doing something wrong, how to fix it. And another reason I don't use it is most people are not actually 9 heads tall. For example, my head is 8 inches and I am 65 inches tall, so whenever you do the math, I'm only 8 heads, like most people on the planet. So whenever you're using a 9-head croquis, what you're actually doing is making your model taller and skinnier than human bodies actually are, so you're kind of using this like unrealistic, idealized version of a woman. It doesn't sit well with me, so as I've progressed in my fashion skills and fashion sketching, I've really moved away from that just to keep it real. Keeping it real here. Now, moving right along, this concept was made for an end-of-semester gala one of my student horses was hosting. However, I ended up not liking it for that. It just didn't have the right vibe and drama I think the gala deserves. But that being said, I really liked how the design turned out as a whole. It was heavily inspired by Rachel Smith's Lore Olympus, which, if you haven't read, literally, what are you doing? It is so good. It is amazing. Literally so iconic. What are you doing? Read it. Thank me later. Link to the webtoon in my description. The story is a romance between Hades and Persephone, and the dress is heavily inspired by Persephone all through the series. Her signature color is white, really just representing, she's the goddess spring, so really just representing her, innocence. Throughout that, the main body of the dress is white with a lot of organic lines and shapes, kind of just playing back into that theme of innocence and spring and, plants and all that good stuff. This particular dress was inspired by whenever Persephone goes off on Mineth, and if you know, you know. But the dress she's wearing has these kind of ripped fabric pieces that are framing her, like wings. I guess that's what they were. I'm not really sure. They looked really iconic, and I really want to emulate that. So the pink sleeves is my version of that, although it didn't really translate that well to ink. This sleeve would be a couple layers of pink tulle with a raw edge of various lengths, kind of just recreating that kind of ripped, frayed, rugged kind of wing look. The pink tulle is in reference to the fact that she's pink, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But this scene is using her spring powers, so there's a lot of greenery, and I really want to incorporate this into the look, so I added a little bit of vine embroidery to the top sleeve of the dress, and then I made it where it's kind of asymmetrical, just to kind of give it a little bit of spice, a little bit of fun. So after I get everything how I like it in pencil, I go over it in either a very thin black pen or a thin black marker, just to outline everything, and then I move on to color. This dress is white, so obviously there was not very much to color, and then I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was my creative process. Come back next time. for more sewing goodness. Bye.